Unbelievable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And Spark our champions! To the Peppies! Goal!
It doesn't get any better than that!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Game and Frame broadcast, coming to you live from the Sousa Sports Complex in Central Islip, New York. My name is Francis Argueta, and we are in for an absolute thriller. The New York Renegades host the New York Empire in what could be one of the best games of the season. With 3 league games played, Renegades sit in 5th place in the standings. They've had their hands tied with U.S. Open Cup action, and Oscar Rivas' strike from distance lifted them to the 2nd qualifying round last week. For Empire, they're in 3rd place. They're coming off one of the most dominating wins in club history. They thrashed Kelmendi FC 8-1 last week. Mason Chetty's hat trick has him hungry for more, and he has quite the opponent to show up for today. Last time these two faced was in the semifinals of the UPSL last season. Renegades won 3-0, and they seek another commanding win to get themselves into the top 4 of the table. We are seconds away from this competitive clash. Stick around for kickoff in just a few minutes here on Game and Frame. And today's Game and Frame broadcast is brought to you by Petrobax, your gateway to Spain and Portugal. From unforgettable vacations to exclusive soccer group trips, Petrobax gets you closer to the action, the culture, and the biggest teams on the Iberian Peninsula. Visit petrobax.com and start planning your dream trip today. We are coming to you live from the Sousa Sports Complex in Central Islip, New York, to bring you the clash between the New York Renegades and the New York Empire. Teams are making their way onto the pitch, coming to the center of the field for the national anthem. And after that, we'll get things started. Here come both teams. We'll leave you with the national anthem coming to you soon. The stage is set and the teams are just about ready to go here from Long Island. My name is Francis Argueta here with Marlon Diaz for your Game and Frame broadcast, giving you UPSL action here from the Northeast American North Premier Division. Today is going to be a special day because we have two of the giants in the division in the table, the third and fifth place respectively. Renegades play host today to Empire, who have familiar territory here as the away team. You see them in all black, Renegades in their orange and blue. While we get set, we'll give you the starting lineup for both teams. We'll start with the home team, that is the New York Renegade. Eric Edwards starts in net, and they have a back four of Christian Garcia, Samuel Cáceres, OJ Bedford, and Francisco Flores. The midfield consists of Milton Campos, Oscar Rivas, and Matthew Scariel. And the top three, very familiar to this division, to this team, it is Sebastian Ruiz, Junior Rosero, and Angelo Quintanilla. The visiting team is the New York Empire. Kenny Cordova starts in net, and they have a back four of Vaclav Borovica, Malcolm Sweat, Trevor Henderson, and JP Justin Pierre. Sebastian Monroy, Steven Rojas, and Nico Reynoso play above them in midfield. And the top three today consists of Tim DeMay, Mason Chetty, and Zane Brown. See both sides giving themselves a little pep talk, getting ready for what is going to be a highly contested match. We expect it to be way closer than the game we brought to you last week, in which the visiting team, in that case, was home. The New York Empire won by a score of 8-1. The coach for the home team today is Boris Linares, and the visiting coach will be Max Farrow of New York Empire. The men take their positions. Now we wait for the main official to give us a signal to get things going. And there's a whistle we were waiting for. It is on. New York Renegades versus Empire is on its way to you now. And it is the visiting team that starts with possession. Empire in all black versus Renegades in orange and blue. JP gets things going down this right side. Miscued there early on as teams are getting their feet wet here from Central Islip on a bit chilly of a Saturday evening, but perfect weather for what is about to come here on the pitch between two giants of the UPSL. Here comes Renegade with Ruiz. Back to the keeper, Eric Edwards. Cariel does well there to avoid the tackle coming in from Zane Brown. Pulls it back, looking for the opening, sending the ball up for Quintanilla. That is read well by the defense. Oscar Rivas gets it back for Renegade. Campos over to captain Samuel Cáceres, who lifts the ball forward, nearly intercepted, and now it goes out of bounds for an early goal kick coming by way of Kenny Cordova. As mentioned before, last time these two faced, it was the Renegades that came out on top by a score of 3-0. That was in the semifinal action of the UPSL last season. Empire have a point to prove here today, as that one was a bit too hard for Pierre to get to. Empire enter in rhythm, while Renegades have had their past two games suspended, one due to inclement weather, the other due to action in the tournament. And there's an early cross into the box. Cordova isn't able to get there because defense is to it first. And now Empire trying to start a counterattack of their own. Nico waiting for the opening. Brown asks for it down the right side of the pitch. Now he sprints forward looking for an opening of himself. It comes to Reynoso. Reynoso goes down. Referee says gets up. And here comes the counter of Renegade, which is very dangerous. Here comes Sebastian Ruiz down the left side of the pitch, taking on Pierre 1v1. He cuts inside. Now he's trying to put a ball into the box. And Empire will be glad to see that go out for another goal kick. This front three of the Renegade is very experienced and very familiar with one another. A lot of time spent playing on this club. Monroy drops it down for Brown. Monroy gets it back, not able to control it. And that goes behind us here on the bleachers. We need a new ball. Oscar Rivas was a big presence for this Renegade squad in their victory last week to advance to the second qualifying round of the US Open Cup. And it was a banger outside the box that helped lead Renegade to victory. Edwards with a long kick looking for Quintanilla. Defense to it first, but it lands for Quintanilla. Now he's running inside the box, puts the ball across the box, and there is the first goal of the match by way of the home team. Renegades go up 1-0. Calm and collective like they've been here before, because they have. Renegades go up early before the first 5 minutes are down, and they have a 1-0 lead to work with. just like last week on this field, the team goes up within the opening 5 minutes of the match. This time it goes for Renegades though. And Empire will like to respond quickly or else this game can get out of hand. Brown not able to contain that one, and the defense clears it as far as they can for a throw-in heading for the visiting squad. Quintanilla so composed in that play. Defense was to it first. He read well the bounce that was coming his way. All he had to do was put the ball across the box for a wide open forward to put the home team up early on in this match. Monroy plays on Henderson, who has a lot of room to work with to find an open man. It goes back to Monroy, middle of the pitch. That gets intercepted. And now the counter is on for Christian Garcia. The overlap is coming by Sebastian Ruiz. Garcia elects to go with Cariel instead, who has a way with his feet work, and he tries to lift it back up for the fullback. That time not able to connect. It'll be another goal kick coming for Cordova. A win today for Renegades could mean entering the top 4. And if you ask why the Giants of the Premier Division here in the UPSL is in 5th place, is because they had an early loss to AFC Academy and a historic victory for the up-and-coming debut season for the AFC Academy squad. And they've also missed a couple games in the season. They've only played 3. They look to make it another victory here in their 4th game. Eric Edwards looking for the open man. He finds Garcia, who plays it on to Rosero. There goes the overlapping run by the speedy left winger, but he's not fast enough to get to that one. It'll be a goal kick for Empire. Last time these two faced, it started in similar fashion with an early goal for Renegades, and Empire just was not able to respond afterwards. Wasn't able to find the score sheet on that occasion, but you'd imagine after an 8-1 thrashing last week, Empire will find a way to find the back of the net today. Bedford, very confident in his touch there, does well to get out of it. That pass isn't able to make its way through to Quintanilla. Monroy with room, sends the ball up the pitch looking for Brown. Bedward is to it first, down to Garcia. Chetty putting pressure on Edwards, and Chetty might get on the other end of this. Oh my goodness. We're seeing Renegades playing very confident on the ball. That time it almost worked against them, but Edwards was able to respond in time. Chetty is coming off a hat trick last week. That's not the man you want to give the ball to. Rosero is cutting and making his way inside the box as here comes another cross into the box. Defense is to it first. And they're looking to play away from the back. Rojas dribbled himself into a corner there as Cariel gets the ball back for Renegades. And Monroy goes back to his keeper. There goes the kick looking for Chetty up the field. Instead it's Cáceres who comes out on top And Chetty looks to win the ball back for Empire. Now they have a counterattack to work with. The big man in defense is making his way back into his position. That is Cáceres. Brown will slow it down to get rhythm going here for the visiting squad. Monroy over to Chetty. Excuse me, that's actually Tim DeMay, sporting the number 10 in today's match. Just about everybody found the score sheet last week for Empire as we enter the 10th minute of the first half. 1-0 lead for the home team. Renegades teasing runs to be made. Cariel looking for the one being made by Ruiz, gets intercepted by JP. And here comes Zane Brown down the right side of the pitch. Back to Monroy it goes. And over to Rojas. It was intended, but read well by the defense once again. Now it gets to Ruiz. Empire has numbers on defense. Ruiz will look to take on his defender. That gets intercepted by Empire. DeMay lifting it up for Chetty up the field. Cáceres looking to get to it first, has to kick it out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Empire. Take this time to remind that today's Game and Frame broadcast is sponsored to you by Petrobax, your gateway to Spain and Portugal. From unforgettable vacations to exclusive soccer group trips, Petrobax gets you closer to the action, the culture, and the biggest teams on the Iberian Peninsula. Visit petrobax.com and start planning your dream trip today. There is a foul against Empire, and it'll be a free kick for the home team, who currently lead 1-0. You hear the shouts from the goalkeeper, Kenny Cordova, asking his players to press on high, make it difficult to play from the back for Renegades. Empire win that duel in the air. It lands for Henderson. This is Rojas. Goes down in the middle of the field. No foul call. Ruiz now has numbers. Ruiz can take the shot on if he cuts inside. He does. And there's a loud thud there from the kick. Chetty trying to get it down. Lands for Tim DeMay. And now it goes to Ruiz, who is offside. Empire were looking for the foul, and it didn't come. Ruiz almost made them pay for that occasion. The speed of Ruiz makes him a very dangerous threat. The crossing of Quintanilla has already paid off for the home team. Here's Rojas. Scored an absolute banger last week. Outside the box, off the crossbar, and into the net. There's a lovely 1-2 touch there by Empire, but not able to keep it in play. Renegades will get the possession back. In their last league victory, Renegades won by a score of 4-0 at Barcelona SC, currently in last place in the table. It was a week prior when they lost that match to AFC Academy, which was likely the shock of the season up to this point for sure. Garcia trying to get past Pierre, not able to do so on that occasion. Henderson recovers now to Steven Rojas. DeMay now. DeMay somehow makes his way over to Chetty. Chetty's going to test that foot out, and is an early save for Eric Edwards. The intention was clear for Chetty from the start, and he forces the goalkeeper to make his first save of the match. Here comes Ruiz one more time. JP comes out on top once again. Seemed like it was off a Renegades player, but the signal is Renegades ball. Ruiz switches the field perfectly over to Cáceres, who was wide open. Back on D. Now looking for Quintanilla. Here comes Renegades again. They are always dangerous, but when they open up the game scoring early on in the match, it seems like they get in rhythm for the rest of the match. DeMay over to Rojas. And the nice ball switched over to JP down this right wing. Goes to Brown, back to JP. Not able to connect on that occasion. Required a better pass. And Pierre is still down on the ground. Going to get some attention here by the main official. Looks like he'll be okay to resume this match. Intercepted there by Empire. Edwards makes a clearance as far as he can and lands to Reynoso. And there's the run being made on the left side of the pitch. I believe that is Vaclav. Puts a cross into the box. Defense to it first and lands for Brown. Here comes a shot. And Renegades is able to avoid danger there. Now they're looking for the counterattack once again. And Monroy is not able to get to the ball. Here's Cristian Garcia, who comes out on top, takes on JP, slows it down a bit to play backwards. Too tough of a pass there. But then it gets almost won back by Ruiz. Instead, it'll be a throw-in for Empire. A bit of extracurriculars there. Might be a bit of mind games for both, as it was Rojas who hit the ball off of, actually I believe that was Reynoso who hit the ball off of Ruiz. Took exception to that. Ref asking for the ball to be played a little further back for the free kick to take place for Empire. They're slowly but surely getting some momentum into this match. DeMay plays on Vaclav. Looking for Brown now. And he's not able to get to it. It'll instead be a goal kick heading for Eric Edwards in net for Renegades. We are 20 minutes into the first half. It is a 1-0 lead for New York Renegades. It happened within the opening 5 minutes of the match. And it's just the one goal that separates these two today. Cáceres wearing the armband for today's match. Not able to connect this time with his forwards. It'll go all the way to the keeper in net for Empire, Kenny Cordova. DeMay is coming in support here. Playing left wing here, but in a very retracted position. JP looking for the run of Brown being made. Brown is able to get there, gets down. That could be a yellow card offense or just a talking to. And nope, the card is being shown. The first yellow of the match goes to Christian Garcia of Renegades. Reynoso will be the one in charge of executing this free kick, whether it's going into the box. We'll see what Empire can come up with here in hopes of tying this game. Nico with a cross. And is off of Empire player. It'll end up being a goal kick. Edwards over to Cáceres. Lifting the ball to the middle of the pitch. That is Junior Rosero. Drops it down neatly with his chest, but read well by Monroy. Henderson switches the field. Now it's Monroy. Over to Rojas. Cariel putting that high press of Renegades. Comes to Justin Pierre. Once again, not able to connect with Zane Brown. Cariel now in possession, the number 10. Ooh, and that's a bad giveaway by Cariel. Rojas is coming out on top and takes a desperate shot there. Referee blows his whistle. It might be a foul against on the shot made by Rojas. Cáceres is the player, I believe, who was down on the pitch. Doesn't look like he'll need treatment. Just needs a second to get back to his feet. Ball is back in play here with Edwards. Over to OJ Bedward. Back to OJ. OJ brings the ball to his own corner flag. Finds Cariel, and they're somehow trying to make their way out of the back, but Pierre intercepts the ball looking for DeMay on the edge of the box. Read well by the defense. And that was read well by Vaclav. Renegades recovers, but just to kick it out of bounds. It'll be Empire ball. We have some more games headed your way on Game and Frame. On September 21st, New York International FC faces Doxa at 4 p.m. in the Metropolitan Conference of the APSL. We'll take a break to see what takes place here. Cariel looking to get it out of the harm's way, and the counter is on for Renegades. They have numbers as the run is being made here by Cristian Garcia. No foul called by the referee. We play on as Empire is now on the counterattack of their own. That was a heavy pass over to DeMay, who's not able to get to it. We'll finish the read here as Hoboken FC 1912 plays Zoom Schneider at 4 p.m. in the APSL Metropolitan Conference. And Pan Cyprian Freedoms versus Central Park Rangers, 8 p.m. all on September 21st. All you can find on your Game and Frame broadcast. Now on YouTube. Makes it quick and easy for you to find us. Still just a 1-0 lead that Renegades has over Empire. They're looking for more. Not able to connect in that occasion. There is a handball call against Renegades, middle of the pitch. Empire coach Max Sparrow trying to boost some energy into this Empire squad. They are still very much in this match, just a 1-goal separation between the two teams. And Renegades hasn't really had a lot of shots on target since their goal in the match. That ball is being lifted towards a tall forward, and Tim DeMay, there's a foul against him, which will be a Renegades free kick. DeMay's not happy with that call, makes it clear to the official. We are nearing the half-hour mark of this match. OJ over to Rosero. Done well by Rojas. Garcia. Over to Cariel. And it comes to Rosero, back to Cristian Garcia, back to Rosero. Rosero looking to switch the field over and able to do so with Quintanilla. Already has an assist to his name. Now Campos. Cariel looking to lift it up over to Rivas. That time, Empire's to it first. It is a lone forward up top in Mason Chetty, trying to make a run for that ball, but not able to get to it. Referee indicating to back up a bit for this throw-in to take place for Renegades. A 50-50 duel there. Lands with the ball in Empire's favor. Reynoso looks to take a shot from distance. Another save forced for Eric Edwards to make, and he makes it comfortably for Renegades to get things going once again. This is a very experienced Renegade squad who has finished first in the table year in and year out. Despite currently being in 5th place, they have ambitions to get back to where they think they belong. Rivas with the flick. Instead it goes to Empire. And they're just not able to connect in the final third just quite yet. Ruiz to Rivas. Back to Bedward. Does well to avoid the challenge coming by Mason Chetty. Now looking for the ball for Cristian Garcia, making a run. Oof. And it just bounces in front of him. He's not able to get to it. Pierre. Empire will get the ball back by way of free kick. Renegades not making anything easy. Goes back to Cordova, and a very risky pass there. Somehow makes his way out of the box, and there's a foul against Renegades. Coming to Steven Rojas, taken quickly now. And it comes DeMay's way. DeMay over to Brown. Brown could be open. Not able to control that pass. And a sigh of relief from Renegades, because if he got to that ball, he was through on goal 1v1 with the keeper. Reynoso giving a little brotherly love there. Gets a foul against. The Renegades get things going once again as we cross over the halfway mark. The half minute mark, I should say. 32nd minute of the first half. Still just a 1-0 lead for Renegade. A long distance shot tested. A bit too ambitious, and will be a goal kick for Kenny Cordova. Next up on the schedule for Renegades will be 6th place Red Hook FC, followed by Kelmendi FC. And then by another big game that is going to be headed your way on Game and Frame versus Braveheart, who is currently in 2nd place in the table. It's always dynamite, it's always fireworks when those two meet. And it's going back to OJ Bedward, who has plenty of time and room to work with. Cariel gets to that ball, read well by JP. Rojas looking to avoid the challenge. Got 3 orange jerseys all around him. Gets taken down, and a foul is called on Oscar Rivas' tackle.
I had a feeling you were going to come.
After conceding the early goal, you have to say Empire has responded well to allow themselves to be in this match. That ball is lost in the woods. We'll need another one to get things resumed here. I think it's safe to say we are yet to see the best of both teams this evening. Bit of execution is needed for the goals that we expect to make their way over to the pitch. Henderson controls the ball over to Pierre. And that was a poor giveaway by Pierre. Ruiz now running full force, looking to take on everybody. He has the speed to do it. Pierre, nicely timed tackle. Forces the ball out of bounds for Renegades. Here it comes, taken quickly to Rosero. Back to Cariel. Shortest man on the pitch, but he has quite an engine to work with. That is a giveaway over to Monroy. Chetty looks to take on his defender 1v1. He has the speed. Bedward sliding tackle on time and gets the ball right back to Renegades. That is quite the battle that is going to continue to take place for the duration of this match. Speed versus strength. High IQ for both players. Milton plays the ball over to his supporting cast. I believe that is Francisco Flores. Now Milton Campos takes a long distance shot. Once again, out of range and out of bounds for a goal kick. For Empire, next on their schedule, it'll be 9th and 8th place respectively. East Coast FC, followed by Brooklyn FC 2. But afterwards, it'll be first place AFC Academy. That'll take place in the month of October. They are third place, but with the good victory here for Renegades, they can overcome and overtake Empire for that position. Rivas. Cariello. You do not want to give him that much space to work with. Finds Garcia. And now Ruiz. Cáceres over to Flores. Flores will put a cross in the box. Rosero is there. And there's a shot. Off target, but it'll be a goal kick despite the claims of a corner for Renegades. Cordova looking to get things started quickly, sending the ball over to Chetty, but he is a lone man up top. Rosero drops it down for Matthews Cariel. Cariel again over to Ruiz. Quintanilla now looking for a ball over to Ruiz. This could be on. And Pierre responds just in the nick of time. And it'll be a corner. First corner of the match for the New York Renegades. We'll see what they could come up with here to double their lead. We are a little less than 10 minutes away from halftime. Ruiz to take the corner. Into the box it goes. Off a Renegade, Empire player, I should say. Then it gets deflected. And it goes away out of bounds for an Empire goal kick. Chetty over to Rojas. Back to Chetty, making a run. Looking to cut inside. He gets away from his defender. Another slide tackle. No foul, says the referee. Chetty is still down on the pitch. And now Cariel is looking to play from the back and get things going quickly on the opposite direction. Not able to connect with Rosero. And it was a well-timed tackle to prevent the shot that was evidently coming by Chetty. He's looking to score his 4th goal in 2 games. Now it's Chetty once again, taking on Cáceres. Chetty looking to put a ball into the box. OJ Bedouard to it first. And now Lance Reynoso will test out his shots and way off target in that occasion, but it'll be a corner. That is the signal from the main referee. And we have about 5 minutes to go in the first half. Reynoso will be the man in charge of putting a cross in here to a dangerous position of the field. And it goes. Tindemay to it first. He rises to the occasion, but it goes far above the crossbar. It'll be an Eric Edwards goal kick. Ruiz switches the ball beautifully over to Flores. And now there's a run being made by Quintanilla, but since that assist in the opening 5 minutes, they haven't really been able to find them since then. And it is just the one goal that separates our two teams here today. Well done by JP to avoid the tackle coming in by Cariel. Now he looks to find Chetty once again up the pitch. Sweat is making his way up the pitch. Scored a goal in last week's game. Over to Rojas, who also scored a goal in that match. And that is given away once again over to the Renegades. That gets intercepted by Empire. Chetty is looking to find some room here. He goes down, and it'll be a just a goal kick for Edwards. Renegades will take their time to take this goal kick as they had the 1 goal cushion. Zane Brown was teasing that run. These goal kicks have been taken short for most of this match, and they do it once again with OJ Bedward. Rivas, and nearly given away. Now it is. Reynoso recovers. And that is a very dangerous tackle there and late by Cariel. Cariel with the foul on Nico Reynoso. Looked like he hit him down and above. And this was tense in the first couple of minutes of this match, and that tackle can bring that tension right back into this match. Make that 2 yellow cards for Renegades, the first of which went to Christian Garcia. This one goes to Matthews Cariel. Looks like things are going to get chippy in the closing minutes of this first half. We'll see how much time is added. We have about 1 more minute left of the original 45. Henderson has to work with this one as Rosero was nearing close. And there's a sliding tackle. Once again late, and once again a yellow card to Renegades. That was by way of Angelo Quintanilla. Make that 3 yellows for the Renegades. I believe that was the message the referee was giving the players earlier. The next tackle, if it's late, is going to be an automatic yellow. And it proved true in that occasion. First 45 minutes are done. We'll see how much time is added after this free kick. And it goes to the box. Bedward to it first, and Edwards with straight and comfortable hands gets to it after. Edwards drops down on the ball. And here comes a long goal kick. Sweat trying to deal with the pressure coming from Quintanilla. Henderson over to Rojas. Now the run is being made by Zane Brown, but Christian Garcia puts in the turbo to get to that one first. Reynoso back. Over to the May, looking to drop it down for Chetty. Takes a tackle from Bedward, goes down the second time around, no foul called. Here comes Renegades with Junior Rosero. Milton Campos. Nacariel goes down, no foul called by the referee. And Rojas was looking for the run to be made by Chetty, read well by Captain Cáceres. Reynoso not able to get there in time, instead goes down. Christian Garcia. Play on, says the referee. No call was made as Ruiz puts a cross into the box. Rosero, it gets to him. He takes a shot and it goes above the crossbar for a goal kick. No foul was called there by the referee. They played on. Ruiz put in the cross and Rosero had the opportunity to make it 2-0. But it's lifted above. Garcia makes his way back to his feet. Cordova here is going to be ready to take this goal kick. And it is taken quickly here. As the first half ticks down, we'll see just how much is left in this match. There's a foul against Milton Campos. Neither bench is satisfied, and with that, we go into halftime. It is a 1-0 lead for the home team in the New York Renegades. Empire battles his way back into the match, but it's still just a one goal that separates the two. Stick around for the second half in just a few minutes on Game and Frame.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's a essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
We are back on Game and Frame here from the Sousa Sports Complex on Long Island, Central Islip, New York. Coming back with the second 45 minutes of the match between the New York Renegades and the New York Empire. Renegades finished the first half on top after a goal in the 5th minute of the match put them on top. Angelo Quintanilla over to Junior Rosero opened up the scoring today, and we haven't had much shots on target since then. We'll see what the second half brings us. Tightly contested match for that full duration of the 45 minutes. Ended up a little chippy before we went into the break. We'll see how much of that resumes. And there's a whistle to get things going once again. Already I see a sub here for the New York Renegades. I see Kilmar Campos, number 42, is on the pitch. And if anything else arises, we'll be sure to let you know. Reynoso goes down early, and a foul is called against Renegades in a somewhat dangerous area of the pitch, just a couple seconds into the second half kickoff. Looks like there's also a goalkeeping change here for the New York Renegades. Giancarlo Perez enters in net for Eric Edwards. Not sure if that's a tactical decision or due to injury, but we have a new keeper in net for Renegades. The wall looks to be getting set by Renegades, and DeMay eyes this up, as well as Reynoso. Here it comes. DeMay is the one to strike, and it's above the crossbar for an early goal kick for Renegades. As I mentioned, it was very much back and forth after that opening goal. And Zane Brown gets the ball back for Empire. Chetty goes down just on the edge of the box, but no foul is called there. A whistle is blown late for the original contact made on the Renegades player, who is now slowly getting back to his feet. That is O.J. Bedward, who is making his way back into his position for things to resume. Play is resumed here. And there is Reynoso with a nice flick to avoid the oncoming Campos. Instead, here's Cariel looking for Sebastian Ruiz. That's been a very interesting 1v1 there between Ruiz and Justin Pierre. They both had their individual victories. Bedward nicely done there to avoid the oncoming Steven Rojas. Now Bedward is elevated position up the pitch. Over to Francisco Flores. And Ruiz through the legs of Pierre, looking for Francisco, who instead goes out of bounds. Here now is Oscar Rivas to get this ball back into play. And it finds Rivas. Cariel back to Francisco Flores. Avoids one player, looks to put a cross in for Quintanilla. And it bounces all the way into the keeper's hands. That is Kenny Cordoba, who will settle things down for the visitors. Sweat into the middle of the pitch. Reynoso comes out on top somehow. Now it's Vaclav making the run up the pitch. Zane Brown goes back to Monroy. DeMay. Ball into the box. Somehow made its way to Zane Brown, who wasn't ready for that bounce. And Perez will get another goal kick to work with. OJ looking for the goal scorer of today's match, Junior Rosero. Piero to Rojas. Foul was called on Rojas over Rivas in the middle of the pitch. Flores over to Ruiz. Rivas, in his own way, somehow avoids the challenges coming his way, maintains possession. Now it's Cariel on the ball, taking on Reynoso. He finds his man, who takes a shot, and it is off target. But we have our first major occasion of the second half. It goes out of bounds for another Cordoba goal kick. We are 51 minutes into this match. Just the one goal separating these two teams. Ooh, and a loud bang off the head of Oscar Rivas. These two teams can put on quite a goal fest, but today they are neck and neck. Empire, after 8 goals last week, they have none to show for so far in today's match. Cáceres. And that is lifted up to Rosero, who is offside. Cordoba wasn't taking any chances there as he boots the ball away. We'll get a free kick from his own third. That is taken quickly with Malcolm Sweat, who was on the goal sheet last week. Ooh, and that makes his way past everybody. Chetty almost gets to it, but the offside flag is raised on the opposing end. Almost as if that back line did that intentionally. Bedouard will have a free kick of his own to work with as both teams try to get some rhythm going in the second 45. Oh, and that's a big tackle in the middle of the pitch. Rough once again, similar to the way the first half ended. The referee is asking everybody to move away. And a yellow card is shown to the player. That'll be a second yellow. And that is why everybody was adamant about that call. Second yellow of the match will result in a 10-man Renegades finishing the next 35 or so minutes. It is Quintanilla, the player who got the assist for the first goal, the first 4 minutes of the match. Renegades will have to play a man short for the duration of the second half. Big time decision by the referee there. She was getting pressure from both ends. And his decision was to send the man off for his second offense in the match. And now, Empire has some new life. But if you know anything about Renegades, they will not finish attacking. They will continue to do so until the very last whistle. Rivas finds the open Flores down the right side. Ruiz is there accompanying him. And he plays back to Rivas. Cariel, another man that was booked in the first half. Along with Tim, Matthews Cariel is on thin ice. Both were booked. No yellow cards for Empire up to this point. As OJ makes his way up. Brown. This is Rojas. And it makes his way over to Chetty, who shoots and scores! Shortly after going down to 10 men, Renegades concede the first goal of the match for Empire. And just like he did last week, it is Chetty who scores his fourth goal in 2 games. And things are leveled here from Central Islip. A whole new ball game. We have about 34 minutes left of the second half, and things are level now. Subs make their way onto the pitch for Empire. They are ready to go full steam ahead to now take the lead. And there is a light tackle that has to be a yellow the way this game has been enforced, and it will result in the first yellow of the match. Over to Steven Rojas. Cáceres now over to Kilmar Campos, who makes his way up the pitch. Over to Rosero, now to Ruiz. Making a run is Francisco Flores. And just in the nick of time is Justin Pierre. And despite his pleas, it'll result in the first corner of the second half. And Renegades will have a dangerous position to take the lead right back off the set piece. Everybody gets a man to mark here. Monroy covers the post. Rivas with the corner, strong header by Cáceres, but off target. And it'll result in another corner. Looks like it took a deflection. Rivas, take 2. Rivas again. Into the box it goes. Cáceres to it once again. Ruiz rises up. Kenny Cordoba as well. And lands to Rosero. And the counterattack can be on here as Tim DeMay pushes forward. But there to meet him was the defender for Renegades. And the ball is still in play. It'll go all the way back to Giancarlo Perez. I believe there was a sub that took place for Empire, but I don't see a new number on the pitch. We'll make you aware when that takes place. Matthews Cariel, on the meantime, finds Rosero, who can take a shot in the box. He shoots, and is off target. That is a very dangerous man to give that space to. This time, it worked out in Empire's favor as they have a goal kick. A poor touch there by Rojas. Gives the ball back to Renegades. Late tackle there. Every tackle is up for questioning here. Ruiz is getting surrounded by two black jerseys. He still cuts inside. And his teamwork there for Empire gets the ball back. And now the ball is looking for Chetty, but Cáceres intercepts. Here's Garcia, who uses his speed to make his way up the pitch. And he still is going. He gets a back pass. And Kenny Cordova just in time there, as Garcia was making a very good run up the pitch. But now he leaves his space unguarded here as Flores is here defending the May. There's a run being made by Rojas, and Rojas still trying to get on top of this. There's a run and it's offside. But Garcia looks gassed after making that run. Cáceres scavenges the pitch, lifts it up for Rivas. Takes a touch, a bit of a jersey tug, and now is looking over to Garcia once again. And Garcia still has some legs there as he puts a ball into the box, gets deflected out, lands to Ruiz. Flores over to Cáceres. Chetty was looming close. And it's almost given away, but Brown isn't able to come up with it. Now Cariel over to Garcia, and Cordova comes off his line to make a vital interception there once again. Pierre over to Monroy. Brown back to Reynoso. Chetty lets it go through for Vaclav. And that will result in a throw-in for Empire. And now a sub is set to take place for Empire. That looks to be Steven Rojas, who makes his way off the pitch. In his place will be Steven Sisso with the number 17. That took a deflection and lands to DeMay, but not able to find his teammate there. Now Francisco Flores with some room to work with. Switches the field over to Cariel. Intercepted once again by Empire's defense, who has risen to the occasion after giving up that early goal in this match. It's been few and far between the chances since then. And that ball is not able to connect with DeMay. And another sub will be taking place, this time for Renegades. It looks like Junior Rosero, the goal scorer of this match for the home team, is making his way off the pitch. Will take his time in doing so. We are in the 64th minute of this match. 26 to go plus extra time. It'll be a throw-in to get things going once again. Ciso. Mauricio Puerto is a player who comes on sporting the number 25. So over to Sebastian Monroy. JP looks to put a ball into the box. Brown jumps up for it, doesn't get it, and Vaclav takes a wild shot, which is wildly off target and will be a goal kick for Giancarlo Perez. And another sub is going to take place now. If I'm not mistaken, Cariel is a player who is coming off, the man that was booked in the first half. And that is a very important piece of the midfield that won't be continuing this match. In his place comes Nicolas Vidal, number 2. And that's a bad giveaway by Monroy to the newly substituted player. He finds Ruiz, is not able to get to it. If he did find him, that is a very dangerous man who could have made it 2-1 lead for the team with 10 men. Vidal gets his first touches in the match. Will need to get warmed up to connect with his teammates next time around. And that's another giveaway to Renegades. And the foul play on looks to have been signaled, but it'll be a free kick. Kilmar plays it quick over to Christian Garcia. Now to Samuel Cáceres. That ball did go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Empire. We'll take this time to tell you of the games coming up next week. September 21st, we have 3 games headed your way. New York International FC faces Doxa at 4 p.m. in the Metropolitan Conference of the APSL. As well at 4 p.m., Hoboken FC 1912 faces Zoom Schneider in the same conference. To close it out, at 8 p.m., Pan Cyprian Freedoms faces CPR Central Park Rangers. All of which you can find on your Game and Frame broadcast now on YouTube. Don't forget to also hit that follow button on our Instagram page. Comments, leave a like, what have you. Without attempting that run, looking to take on Vaclav. Vaclav using that height advantage to his favor, but it gives it away over to Francisco Flores. And now Kilmar doesn't take a good touch there, nearly gives it away, but reacts just in time to save the possession for his team. Back to Kilmar. Captain Cáceres with plenty of room, looking for the runs to be made. Finds Flores. Now Vidal.
Too easy, guys. 1, 2, 3, guys.
Over to Campos. Sliding tackle, but Garcia makes his way around it and gives a reaching leg there, and it will have to be another yellow, you would think. There it is. The yellow was shown to the Renegades player. I believe that was Christian Garcia. Refs will convene here. Coach Linares there giving a talking to the main official, not sure what's going on there. When play will resume. Empire play on here with Henderson. Eyeing the pitch. Finds Steven Sisso. Back to Henderson. There is Reynoso. Over to Sisso. Now to that is Jesper Mikkelsen, number 22, that is on the pitch. I believe Mikkelsen comes on for Zane Brown. And now it's Henderson. Over to Mikkelsen, who can find Chetty. Flag stays down. It is inbounds. And now the flag is risen for a goal kick set to take place. Cáceres finds Vidal. Vidal is taken down. And another yellow is going to be shown, this time to Monroy of Empire. It looks like Ariel Barrera has made his way onto the pitch for Empire as well. Newly acquired player from East Coast FC. It is quite the match to make your introduction to for the team. I spoke with him last week and he told me he was excited to get things going. He was prepping to play last week's game, which ended 8-1 versus Kelmendi FC. But it was a late signing, so he had to wait for today. And now Renegades is on the offensive here. Put a ball into the box. Gets deflected. And now they're looking to try to play it out from the back with Mikkelsen. We are in the 73rd minute of the match. That means 17 more to go of the 90 plus however much is added. It is a 1-1 game. Junior Rosero opened things up in the 4th minute of the match. Mason Chetty leveled things up shortly after the red card was shown to Angelo Quintanilla. And it currently has us leveled as both teams today look to make a top 4 push. Cáceres. Kilmar hasn't been able to control the ball quite yet. And now Tindemay may have some room down this left wing to make something happen. He puts the ball into the box, on the edge of the box. It drops down for Reynoso. Reynoso found the score sheet last week, and he finds himself on the ground after a tackle. And that was Christian Garcia again. The referee is calling him over. He's already booked and on a yellow. So this may just be a talking to he gets here. And a good demonstration there of what happened by the referee. Once again, dangerous spot of the field for this free kick to be taken. Reynoso looks to have the honors once again as the wall is to be set by Renegades. Sweat makes his way forward. Reynoso fakes the kick. Now it's taken and bounces straight into the hands of Perez. Now it's Mickelson who took on that free kick. Ended up being a comfortable save for the keeper. That was kicked right into Empire's way as they recover possession. We have 15 minutes left to go in the second half. Monroy over to Sisso. Teasing run there by the forward. Vidal recovers for Renegades. It is Puerto, the low man up top, and that is who Cáceres looks to find here with that long ball. Barrera makes his intervention. Monroy over to Reynoso. Reynoso still was looking for Chetty. Instead, OJ Bedward kicks it as far as he can to get rid of the danger. And here comes Empire once again. Sisso over to Mickelson. Not able to get past Garcia on that occasion. And there's a swarm of black and yellow, making it difficult for Garcia to play from the back. And that was a missed kick there by Barrera. The ball is still in play. No flag raised by the referee. Here comes Puerto looking for a goal. He takes a shot, and it is saved by Kenny Cordova. Could have been a very costly mistake there by Barrera. But Cordova does enough to keep things leveled at one apiece. And it looks like ref is speaking to the Empire bench. Flores keeps that in play. Monroy loses the ball once again. Now this is Vidal. And they give it away nearly, but Bedward recovers. And now it's Garcia. Henderson calmly over to DeMay. Looking to take on Cáceres, who was tracking back on defense. Sisso is looking for the overlapping run. DeMay finds him now. Sisso has some room to put in a good ball into the box. Gets away from the tackle. Instead, he goes to Reynoso. And Reynoso takes a wild kick. Monroy back to Sisso. It looks like a handball was called there. Empire will make some more subs. Chetty will be one of the players to exit the pitch. 4 goals in his last 2 matches. And in today's goal has tied things up for the visiting team. Sebastian Monroy also exits the pitch for the two subs to take place. Put in a good shift in today's match. Reynoso with the free kick, taken on directly. Difficult for Perez to handle, and it'll end up in the corner, which Reynoso will execute once again. Number 12, Wilbur Gomez is one of the subs that enters the pitch. And here comes the corner, goes above everybody. It'll result in a goal kick for Giancarlo Perez. Number 19, Giovanni Faviano also makes his introduction to this game. And Renegades are preparing another substitution to take place. It looks like Christian Garcia, the booked player for Renegades, will be the one to make way. Referee is now making his way over here as some loud shouts can be heard coming from Kenny Cordova. And he's getting called over by the linesman. Clearly something has ticked his ear off here as he needs to have a word with the official. And ref is going to be talking to Kenny Cordova. Linesman probably heard something he wasn't too happy with, and he's getting a talking to from the main official, but better than a yellow card. We are in the 82nd minute of the match. 8 more to go, plus the extra time. You gotta believe there's gotta be at least 3 minutes, I'd say. Empire has that ball out of bounds. It is Javon Wah who enters the pitch. Number 31 on defense in place of Christian Garcia. Ref is pointing to his watch as he's taking well into account how much time is being wasted in this second half. DeMay looks to have gotten the best of Francisco Flores there, and now he finds Reynoso. A perfectly timed tackle by Kilmar will force the throw-in. And it's taken quickly with DeMay. DeMay pass for Flores. And another tackle comes in. And now it makes its way over to Sisso. Sisso nearly gives it away. Gomez. Back to Barrera. Another risky pass. Barrera making his introduction to the black and yellow in what has been a very tense match, start to finish. Henderson gets a back pass. It looked like it was well timed there by Vidal, but they get the foul against anyway. Henderson is still down. Just a foul call by the referee, nothing else on Vidal, who was the second half sub. Gets taken quickly. Perez gets it second time around and goes quickly, looking for Puerto, and it almost makes his way over to him if it wasn't for Barrera. Nice footwork there by Mickelson. 84th minute of the match, still 1-1 between these Northeast American North Premier Giants. Sisso, well composed. There is Malcolm Sweat to come out on top there. Cáceres with the clearance. There's a 50-50, no foul called. The signal is shown there for a throw-in coming Empire's way. Foul call, I believe, is the decision there. You get the feeling Renegades is still looking for the victory despite being a man down. We have 5 minutes to go of the second half. Still anybody's ball game. And now Sisso plays it all the way back to Malcolm Sweat. And Henderson takes the space that's granted to him. Looking for the room there is to Reynoso. Cáceres comes out on top. Uses that big body of his to get the best out of Reynoso. Now Rivas held the ball a little too long there. And Gomez over to DeMay. Back to Gomez it goes, and it was an unlucky bounce there by the midfielder, forced to make the foul there. Former Brentwood High School teammates there, Kilmar Campos and Wilbur Gomez, on opposing sides in this matchup today. And a sub will be taking place here for Renegade. Ruiz looks to be the player exiting the pitch. Was very much involved in the first half, but since going down to 10 men, not so much. Perez with the free kick. It goes to the newly subbed on player. That is number 23. And now DeMay is on the counterattack. And it goes into the box. Just too far ahead for Giovanni Fabiano to get to. There's a header. Number 23 has been very much involved since coming onto the pitch. We are nearing the 88th minute of the match. Now Campos goes down, free kick against Empire. Miguel Bustos is the number 23 who made his way onto the pitch and will finish this match for Renegades, as it is now clutch time for both teams, looking for all 3 points. Renegades have been playing with a man down for about 35 minutes into this match. This is the second half, I should say. Empire's 2 at first. There's a wild strike there by Puerto, which will result in a goal kick for Cordova. There's a long ball sent by Barrera looking for Gomez. Renegades recovers, now here pushing forward with Francisco Flores. Over to Vidal, who goes down. And Empire will get the ball right back. Henderson with the throw-in to get things going once again. Here comes Reynoso. Not able to connect that time with Fabiano. Kilmar Campos over to Rivas. We are now finished with the 90 minutes. We are now in extra time. Ball is sent looking for Vidal, who will rush to try to keep it in bounds, but it goes out regardless. Haven't seen a signal from the referee to tell us how much time is added. Henderson now. Gomez. Almost timed to perfection there for Fabiano. But that is sent nearly into the parking lot by Bedward. Today's Game and Frame broadcast is brought to you by Petrobras, your gateway to Spain and Portugal. From unforgettable vacations to exclusive soccer group trips, Petrobras gets you closer to the action, the culture, the biggest teams on the Iberian Peninsula. Visit Petrobras.com and start planning your dream trip today. That was nearly a costly giveaway, but Renegades comes out on top with Wah. Given right back to Empire with Wilber Gomez. Goes over to Henderson now. And now Sisso, middle of the pitch, all by himself. Rojas to DeMay. Not on the same page with this forward. Henderson gets it back. Reynoso. Pierre now. JP gets the ball. A foul is called and it's against JP. It'll be a Renegades free kick. And Renegades will take their time. Down to one man. They allowed the goal, but not much else afterwards. DeMay. Nicholson. Empire trying to get some build-up play going for what can be the last chance of the match. And Wow once again clears it into the woods. Three minutes into extra time. We are still waiting for a ball to get back in play. Currently, all of them are either in the woods or in the parking lot. And this will further delay the resuming of this game. 3 minutes down into extra time. It's not quite certain how much more time is going to be added to this match. .94 minutes down. This ball is going into the box. DeMay is to it first. Gets a rebound. Reynoso targeting that shot. And he slices it off target. Out of bounds it goes once again. As Renegades is just doing what they can to prevent the second goal and possibly winning goal from entering the net. The decision is clear to put it back into the box for DeMay. Wah gets to it this time around. DeMay once again 1v1, looking for those aerial duels. Sisso keeping the possession for Empire. And it gets pushed across the box for Empire. Nobody was there to put it into the nets. And there is the final whistle of the match. It finally ends, and it ends in a 1-1 draw between the New York Renegades and the New York Empire. Tightly contested from start to finish. It was Quintanilla's assist to Junior Rosero that got things going, and Mason Chetty tied it up shortly after the expulsion of Angelo Quintanilla. This thing ends up in a 1-1 draw from the Central Islip Sousa Sports Complex. My name is Francis Argueta, here with Marlon Diaz of Game and Frame. Until next time.